What is up? Today I'm going to be doing 6 3x3 walkthrough solves on the same scramble, but for all 6 cubes I'm going to do a different cross color, because why not? So starting off, we'll do white cross. White seems like the best one to start with. First pair, cross looks simple, it's just like R, B prime, R2, insert that, D. Oh yeah, I also specifically picked a scramble that had an optimal cross of 6 moves or worse on every side, so there's no easy crosses either. I feel like red and green is the likely first pair, so R, B prime, R2, D. And I could do that, but if I was being smart I would just do these two and then flow nicely into them. This is just left double sexy, and then here I would realistically do like a Y2 just so I can do this from home grip instead of having to regrip and do LU, and then ZBLL. So that was white cross. I'll leave white on top just as a reminder. Now let's do yellow. Okay, well yellow has a pair, that's cool. A couple cross edges that are easy to do in a few moves, but these two seem annoying to deal with. I think R, B prime, R2, and then something to do with this. Maybe if I do a D setup. And then, okay, this is going to be kind of a long cross, I think. What I'm going to do is D, insert with like R, B prime, R2, and the D just puts this edge here, which is a little nicer. And then instead of doing F prime, I'm going to preserve this, so do U, F prime, and like D2, R prime, G prime, insert this pair here. Then I would likely rotate and do this with keyhole, something like that. I think I'll just do the basic thing, so I'll do this pair cancelled into that. OLL, ELL. So there's yellow. We'll do green. Why not? Potential X cross using that same pair, but not looking to be particularly easy. The pieces around it just don't seem to be in a great spot. Actually, I'm gonna make this kind of a janky X cross. So I'm gonna do these two, R, B prime, R2, and then like U, L2, U prime, put this in, which will flip this edge, which I can just insert with like an R prime, U prime, R, and then probably a fat U2 finish. So something like that. And then do that, and then do the R prime, U prime, R. And then this pair, would it be nicer to just do D2 in hindsight, because it sets this up a little nicer, but I wasn't really planning for that. So I'll just do these two, like so. And then I'd probably do this pair over here. And I can be fancy, I may as well be fancy, why not? I'll set this pair up into a free pair while I insert this, like that, and then insert. And then here, when I do F sexy, F prime, I'm going to get the ZBLL that goes like R prime, UR, U2, L prime, etc. I just know this one from experience, so I do that, and then I get this ZBLL. Okay, so it's just like one class layer recognition combined with the it's basically the OLL case that Felix famously does through rough to ZBLL, and because you can do through rough from 4 different angles, you get a lot of potential ZB manipulation. So that was green cross. So naturally we will do blue, since that is opposite. Yep, this is the nice cross. We finally got a nice cross. I can see an easy 6 mover. And it sets up into a free pair. Nice, okay. So I would do B2 to insert that, R prime, U prime to start inserting this and set this one up nicely, because I want this edge here. I don't want to bring it down with the white edge. This is going to set up to a free pair pretty easily. So B2, R prime, U prime, L, F. And then instead of doing R prime, I do U. And like I said, this sets up nicely into a free pair. Here we have potential to do JSS, so why not? I can do this pair, and then instead of inserting it like normal, actually no, instead of inserting it like this, I should say, I'm going to do R prime FR, and then this pair, And this is a simple case for FL, just make the pair, and it sets up into the F inverse sexy F prime OLL, which gives a U perm. So that's blue cross. Now red cross, save orange for last. Another potential X cross because we're working with that same block. You know, just F2L pairs in general in inspection can either lead to X crosses or be a pair that's preserved. So if you're color neutral, it's good to check those options. Usually just preserving the pair will be the way to go, assuming the cross works for that. I think I won't bother doing X cross stuff because this sets up into a 5 mover using empty slot tricks. So I'll just insert this down with this, U2 R prime F, D prime, R prime, fat U prime, and then we have this 5 mover, which actually sets up a free pair, so that's kind of cool. So then insert that. And while we're here, I will probably, yeah, I may as well show some froth stuff. So I'm going to rotate and do this pair like this, but end with FR S prime. And then we have this FL case. I used to do this solution, but recently I've been experimenting with that solution instead, which I think is just a bit safer. But yeah, and then ZBLL. So that was red, and now we will finally do orange. I'm sure you're all waiting for the orange cross. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I see a 7 mover. This might be one of the crosses that didn't have 6 optimal, had 7 optimal. Yeah, I'm going to assume this is 7 optimal just based on the few solutions I tried in my head. So it'll probably be L2, R2, FR, D2, F, etc. I'm not seeing a great first pair, to be honest. Actually, scratch that. This pair will be okay. It's rotationless, and this edge doesn't move. Actually, it's a really good case. Who am I kidding? So L2, R2, FR, D2, F, D prime, and then this is a 5 mover, so I can do that. I'd probably do this pair, so just rotate like so. And then here, once again, if I'm being smart, I will do pseudo slotting. So I see this edge here, so naturally I'll want to insert this corner, since this isn't really primed to be inserted. And then do this as a pseudo pair. OLL, PLL. Alright, so that's 1 scramble, 6 cross colors. So there you have it. Thank you for watching.